My name is Ann Barham. I've been helping people recall their prior lifetimes since 1997 in my work as a past life therapist. One of the key things that initially piques a lot of people's interest about prior lifetimes is relationships with people in their current life. Questions such as, is this my real soulmate? Or why do I feel so immediately connected to this person I just met? Or when have we been together before? Crop up frequently. So, is there such a thing as a soulmate? Well, actually, I believe there is, but not perhaps in quite the same way that most people understand that term. There have been many, many people across many lifetimes that we've had deep, loving connections with. These relationships cross the boundaries from lifetime to lifetime. And it's very common that anyone who's important in your current life is probably someone that you've been with in the past in some way, shape, or form. So this happens with many different individuals, and depending on who we encounter, and if the time is right and the conditions are right, they may indeed end up to be our soulmate for this lifetime. But this can happen with a variety of people. We're able to renew these deep connections from prior lives. And each one just represents a different path for us in our current life. Now, there are some occasions where two individuals have agreed to come back together, to be together again in a significant way. This very often comes from a lifetime where perhaps their original intention to be together was terminated abruptly through a sudden, unexpected death or something like that. Or it could be that these two individuals have some dynamic that they're still really wanting to work on. Perhaps they need to reach completion with something. So in that case, yes, indeed, we may find that these two unique individuals have decided to meet each other again in this life. And that would be the one soulmate for you this lifetime. We do tend to travel in soul groups, which is a group of beings that like to reincarnate together in similar times and places, so they can be on the human plane together. This might come from just a strong love connection that's there. It could be these are the people sometimes that challenge us the most. Perhaps we've signed up together to either finish a negative dynamic that we started in prior life that we want to resolve, or perhaps we're just have agreed to help each other grow personally, and so we end up sort of agitating and challenging each other in the current life. Even as we have our core soul group, there are also lesser players in our personal dramas across lifetimes, and these people too will reoccur across lives. In fact, it's pretty unusual if there's someone who plays some sort of significant role, be it positive or negative, in your current life, that you haven't encountered them sometimes before. Now, it's fun to track how these relationships may change over time. In one lifetime, we may be husband and wife. The next time, we might show up as parent or child to each other. We may just have a work relationship, or maybe we're business rivals. So these dynamics will change. Despite that, we'll often see a similar pattern that does develop in the way in which we relate to each other or the issues that tend to come up between the two of us. Often if it's a more destructive pattern or issue, we're back together to get it right this time, to figure out how we can work through this in a positive way rather than having it be destructive. And if it's a very strong, loving relationship, often we're just together again in happiness and harmony because this is a person that we just really like to hang out with. It feels great to be together, and we do it lifetime after lifetime. If you've happened to have lost a loved one through death in the current life, it can be very healing to find them in your prior lifetimes. Very reassuring to know that you've been together before, you will be together again, and those bonds of love are never lost. So I hope you've enjoyed my little discussion of soulmates, and if you'd like to learn more about working with your prior lifetimes, please visit my website at www.pastlives.org. Thank you for listening.